I think that's what I got wrong. Oh,
Oh,
hello and welcome to the Peak Endurance podcast. I am your host, Isabel Tate, and with me is Ron, and he was going to do it.
I
There
think
may have been a little bit at the start, but we hadn't turned the speaker on.
no, we were waiting for it to start tell us it was recording, but
Recording in progress.
the speaker was turned off, so it didn't
Yeah,
buzz.
so we sat there.
We weren't quite sure what was going on.
Oh, dearie me.
So collectively, we both mucked that up.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's kind of indicative of how we're feeling, quite frankly,
Yes,
isn't it?
it has been a big couple of weeks.
It's been a ride. It's
Yeah.
been, and not necessarily a fun one. So yes, it's been
Yeah.
it's been a tough few weeks. Although we've had a break from the podcast, we have not had a break by any
No.
stretch of the imagination. So where do we even
Oh,
begin, Ron?
geez, where do we even begin?
The
Well,
nightmare that was Buffalo Stampede.
I guess we should start there.
Uh, so the 10K started, and
Yeah,
that was fine. Like the
that's fine.
10K was fine. It was hard work for a 10K. It's bloody hard work.
Yeah,
Like, it's great. Good. Yeah,
got
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 that
got
done.
through. Didn't have to use head torches.
Which we were wrapped
Just
about because we thought we would have to. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, and it was still daylight when we finished, but it was like, semi.
yeah,
It was more that going through some of the pine plantations was dark, like
yes. It
of the
got dark
trees.
because of the tree cover,
Mm.
and it just so happened that as I was
That was so funny.
as I was coming up to one of the trails that dips
Where you
down,
drop down
yeah,
into, you cross a road and drop down into the single track.
and I happened to notice a guy standing there looking unusual, and just as I looked up at him, he took a he had a huge flash and he took a photo just as I looked at him, and it blinded me. Like I couldn't see anything. And that was just as we dropped down onto
And
a
it was like the first drop down is always quite steep and
yeah.
you got to kind of pray and I heard Ron going, "Oh, I can't see."
When I opened my eyes, all I could see was a big white light. Right,
Uh,
it was drilled into my retina, and
yes.
it took
And
me.
I was a bit behind you and it made my eyes, flash a bit.
Yeah,
And I wasn't directly in front of him like you were. So,
yeah. So it took a good 30 seconds for it to clear. So I
yeah.
was almost running by feel up for a little while.
Well, you did okay.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and some of the 10K, like some of it, there was a bit of a conga line coming down some of the technical
yeah.
downhill, and but we weren't there for sheep
No,
stations, were we? So it was all good.
no. We just wanted to get it done, and that's what we did.
And then rolled up to the start line of the 100K. You were doing the 20 a bit
Yes.
later, and
Yep.
have to admit, I wasn't in the best mental state. Like I was fine. I just didn't overly want to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Just, I think I was super stressed about going to New Zealand and all that entailed. And rightfully so, quite
Yeah.
frankly. But I was super stressed about that. And so my head just wasn't in the game.
Yeah.
It wasn't good having them like that. Like, thinking, oh my God, and then we've got to do 42 and race to the airport. Oh, it was like, it was not a good way to race, knowing that I had to then go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the time I was like, oh, I just want to be back. I'm tired. I want to be back in the room. Anyway, my wish was granted
Yes.
because I rolled my ankle quite badly and far right. I keep getting flashbacks to when it happens. It actually makes me feel sick to the stomach thinking of what my foot looked like, the angle compared to my leg. And I heard this crack and I went, fuck, in my head. Um,
Oh,
and the
I was
pain,
gonna say you said it as well, didn't you?
not
Sure.
straight, no,
Oh,
I
really?
didn't
Oh, no.
actually. Came later. Um, and intense pain. No, I
Mm,
screamed. I was
mm.
screamed. Like it was agony. Like seriously, it was agony. And I was like, shit, this is really bad. And I collapsed to the ground and sort of took a breath, and then it just went flash through another flash of the pain, and I screamed again, and there was no one around, and I was like, so I'd gone through the chalet. You sort of go through this, I was still
It's
climbing.
like a little rock walk,
Yeah, a little rock walk. It's
like a
very
touristy,
tourist.
yeah, touristy rock walk.
It's not even meant to be that, but
Yeah.
it is a little bit tricky, like the downhill. And I wasn't concentrating for a split second, as it always
Mm.
happens. And and I went down like a sack of shit. And And these lovely hikers came up to me, and I've broken my ankle, which because everyone knows I rolled my ankle the last race I did, the other ankle, because they like to take turns because nobody likes to be left out.
No.
And I knew that it hurt at the time to that ankle, but I knew it was all right. Like I've rolled my ankle all the time. This one was different. I knew
Yeah.
this was not all right. I could tell it was a lot worse, and I did think I had broken it because
Mm.
it felt. I mean, I've broken a bone before, and when I've also hurt. I mean, mind you, mine was a stress fracture, but I remember when I snapped the stress fracture. Um, I've heard that broken bones are very intense pain. Oh,
Hmm.
actually, and I broke my shoulder. And when I did that, that was very intense pain. And I remember thinking, this is like that, where it's just intense pain that doesn't go away. But it did. And these hikers were lovely. And I had a pack on with water, but he gave me his drink bottle. And I felt obliged to drink out of it. I go, thank you. I thought, oh, God.
God, I hope this isn't shit tap water.
No, no, it wasn't. It was
Oh,
good bottled water.
oh, okay.
Thank God. Yeah. And it was in a metal bottle, so I knew it'd be cold. So
Yeah.
that's actually why I drank some of it. And they were just lovely, this couple. And they rang Nigel, the race director. And then I'm ending up going, I think it'll be all right. I don't think it's broken. And I moved my ankle around a bit. Pain subsided. And they're like, you sure? I don't know. Do you want to go back? I'm like, no, no, it's all right. I'll be right. And I kept going, and it sort of kept collapsing on me every now and again. And and the pain, it was really painful. So 2 kilometers, I hobbled along crying, going, fuck, fuck. That's when I was swearing.
Yeah.
Fuckity fuck,
Okay.
fuck, fuckity fuck, fuck, fuck. It was like, you know,
Yeah.
start of 4 weddings and a funerals. And
Yes.
and a funeral. So I rang Ron. There wasn't much reception there, and I
Yeah.
said, "Please come and meet me. I want you to have a look." Because I'm not good at making decisions like that because like the last one I ran 50 Ks on, and it turned
Yeah.
out all right. I ran
Yeah.
again 2 days later, and I was fine. It was not a problem. I mean, it hurt a little bit for a few weeks, but
Yeah.
anyway, I was like, am I just being a sookie lala? Is it because I also knew I wasn't in the right headspace and hadn't
Yeah.
wanted to be there? I wasn't sure if it was, oh, I've rolled my ankle.
This is the excuse I
And
was
this
looking
is the
for.
excuse because my body sometimes does give me excuses when I'm really wanting one. It's very good at obliging me. So rocked up, met up with Ron, even after he gave me the wrong directions for where he was. He's like on the phone now, when you come out onto the road, turn left. And I
Yes.
turn left, and all these people are going, you're going the wrong way. I'm like, no, but my husband told me. And he's not there. I'm like, fuck. And then I had to run past them all and go, he told me the
Sorry.
wrong thing.
And sure enough, there it was.
Yeah.
Turn up once you turned right.
Yeah. Then once I turned right, I could see you as if like, what are you doing, Isabel? I'm like, yep. Anyway, like I was running that, right?
You were, yeah. When I first looked up and saw you coming, you were running.
And you probably thought, oh, she must
Yeah.
be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so he had a chair there, took my shoe and sock off, and literally before our eyes, it
We could
swelled.
see it. We could literally
Like
see it swelling. It was quite strange.
it
As
was,
soon as you took your sock off, I could see your ankle swelling.
yeah. So the sock must have had like some sort of compression, sort of
Yeah.
holding it in, and yeah, it just grew and grew, and
It's
Ron and I'm like, it'll be all right,
it'll be all
won't
right.
it?
What should I do? What should I do? It'll be all right, won't it? And I'm like, yeah, I
And I
don't know
had
about this.
60K to go
Yeah.
and 42K the next day.
So
And Ron went,
and then we were like,
Isabel, I'm going to call it.
and then and then we were like, oh shit, it's actually getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
And so I was
yeah.
like, no, I don't think this is a good idea. I
And I'm
think you
like,
should stop.
sure, excuse me. And I called out to some girl standing there, can you come and have a look at my ankle? Just tell me if I should pull out. And she's like, oh shit, no pressure. Anyway, she was a footballer, so she'd had lots of experience with that. So she said, oh yeah, I've had something like that. Definitely pull out.
Yeah.
So thank God I listened to her,
Yeah,
not you.
no, I had nothing to do with it. I was just the transport.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure because sometimes loved ones can be very protective.
Yeah.
And mind you, I don't think you're really like that.
Not, I mean, not in that sense
Not in
where
any sense.
not
I
in the
think
sense
so.
where I would tell you to stop if I really didn't think,
Yeah.
if I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, but I just wanted to be like extra sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we went down the mountain and we went to the medics and they said, oh yeah, no, it should be all right, blah, blah, blah. Didn't seem like any, I mean, it's hard to tell. They're only medics. They don't have
Yeah.
X-ray machines and shit, and they're not physios. Anyway, so I hobbled off and then I was bored shitless going, well, this isn't what we planned. Anyway, so then we
And
went,
that was the point, when we got back to the room and we were sitting on, you had your foot up on the bed, and then you realized, hang on a minute,
this
this is
is what I'd been wishing
exactly what
for.
you were wishing for.
And I'm like, damn. But I was meaning to wish for it, meaning after the race.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so there I was, my wish fulfilled.
Mm.
We went out for over out that night to one where a couple of my athletes were staying. We had some
We
champagne,
had some
pizza, the
medicinal
world's, yeah,
medicinal champagne.
medicinal Moe, and the world's most expensive pizza because we bought it in Pride. It was like, like it was literally the size of a small one you'd get in Melbourne, and it was $26,
That's
the price of like a family.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, it was fine. We move on. Um, anyway, so
Yes.
then
So
we,
that made the Sunday a whole lot easier.
yeah, to be fair, it did make it easier. I
Um,
was still very sad, and my foot the next day was quite swollen,
yeah,
very swollen,
yeah,
and starting to bruise up mightily. And it wasn't just swollen on the side I rolled it, it was swollen on the other side as well.
yeah,
So we went and got a compression bandage, but I really struggled to get that on because my ankle was so painful, as in the bone bit.
yeah. But it was swollen also right down into your
Yeah,
toes.
right down into my toes, and my toes ended up going black from bruising. So
Yeah,
very stunning.
yeah.
Anyway, so we met up with a friend for coffee. Then we left and we took the lady from the Airbnb. She was
Well,
lovely,
she
wasn't
was.
she? She
Yes.
was lovely.
Yep.
And we took her and dropped her off at her accommodation, and she accidentally left her wallet in the car. So then we had to take her wallet back.
But luckily it
Luckily,
was
she was
only,
close
and it
by.
was actually just a couple of minutes from where we were planning to go for dinner
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So
It was
it was
just
no
she
big
was
deal.
like
But she was
so
she
polite.
was so
Yeah,
embarrassed.
she was so embarrassed. Yeah. So anyway, and then we went to New Zealand, and
Yeah,
of course it was a great experience, but it was really hard for me, especially the first couple of days where I couldn't really walk, and it was quite painful. And so a lot of my crewing was from a chair, but even then, I still had to get up and down a fair bit, and
yeah,
and it really was. I couldn't fit a shoe on, so there I am in fucking thongs at night with freezing. I'm freezing. I mean, I had one pair of toe socks, so I had them on. And yeah, so it made everything that much more difficult. And
yeah,
also just being in pain is shit. Like
yeah,
it's just shit.
yeah,
Especially when you've been hoping to be in pain from having had a really good training weekend, and instead you're in pain from a fucked ankle. And I
yeah.
was,
That's
yes,
right.
but anyway, Greg was doing really well, and Ron was an awesome help, and it was great, but it was also really hard. It was a really hard week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Um, you know, even though we weren't running or doing anything like that, we were still doing like over 10,000 or around
Yeah,
10,000
yeah. I mean, I was
steps.
that first day, even with my busted up ankle, I did 10,000 steps. It's like,
Yeah,
how the hell,
yeah.
you know? So,
It's still full on, and you're getting up, you're getting drinks, you're handing over food, you're
stressing, you know?
yeah, taking him inside for a sleep, and you know,
Yeah,
trying to go get food for him to eat, and
yeah.
there's a lot of, and because it's only a 2 kilometer lap, they're coming in every, say,
15,
yeah,
20 minutes
yeah,
in the early days.
yeah, that's right. In the later days, it was 20 to 25.
Yeah, that's right. But so we perfected our pit stops because like he was coming in and sitting on a comfy chair and putting his foot on another chair opposite, and he would then get on his phone and chat with people and do all this sort of stuff. And then after about the first day and a bit, we were finding, because he was finding the 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours sleep at night wasn't enough, right? So that's when I made the executive decision, no phone. Like
Yeah,
nobody needs to go on their phone
he got his phone
every
taken off him.
3 to 4 hours when you're out training,
Yeah,
running, like, so I said, no phone. I said, we're not doing that anymore. You're actually going to sleep. So when you eat, and you're not talking to people, you're not chatting, because as soon as he'd start chatting, he'd stop eating.
yeah,
Because he had time frames that he wanted to do things on. So I was only helping him achieve his goals,
yeah,
So I said, right, no chatting. And if people chatted, I cracked it. And so I'd make him eat. I'd be taking off his shoes while he was doing that, because then he would stuff around taking off his shoes. And because he's tired, it takes 20 times longer. And I'm like, no, that's not your job. I will do it. Because, of course, then he wouldn't eat when he was taking off his shoes, stuffing around. And so all these things were making all the breaks take longer. So instead of 20 minutes, they were like half an hour to 40 minutes. So that's when I went, right, we're streamlining.
Hmm.
And then I said, so you eat, you spend 5 minutes eating, and then lay down and sleep.
Yeah.
And the first time I tried it, I laid him down, and he had his feet up on a chair and his head down straight on the floor, like no pillow, nothing. And because I hadn't really organized anything,
Yeah.
because I hadn't been 100% sure he was going to agree to it. And then I went to wake him up. I just sort of went, "Oh, Greg." And then I'm like, "Oh," and I touched his shoulder, nothing. I had to shake him, wake up. He'd literally gone out cold. It was
Yeah.
amazing. And he said, "That was great. Best thing ever. Happy,
Yeah.
And so we did that every break. He would
Yeah.
sleep. We eventually ended up with pillows. And at one stage, I was putting a blanket on him one night. And, um, but so yeah, it ended up being a really important part of the strategy was how we did the breaks.
Yeah.
Because when you're going for goals, and he was going for age group records, but even if the goal is whatever it is for you, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be records, but you've got to be eyes on the prize,
Yeah.
right? And you have to decide what's more important, sitting around chatting and socializing, which is great if you don't have big goals, then absolutely. But if you've got big goals, then you can't get upset if you miss your goal if you're piss farting around,
That's right. And
right?
because it was very communal and very friendly, and
And
when you went in
exactly
to eat, everyone was sitting around chatting and
asking how he's
yeah,
going and coming
and
up and chatting to him, and he's trying to concentrate, and it was hard because he was tired, so he'd be like, "Oh,
yeah.
and it was,
So yeah, so it was, we really had to have him focus when he was on
yeah,
a break so that he wasn't wasting any time.
was he's such a nice guy. He was trying to be nice to everyone and talk to everyone who talked to him,
Hmm.
but I think people quickly realized that that wasn't allowed. I,
No.
I wasn't allowing it, and so they stopped. So, you know, and then it got even to the point where, because on course we would see him, and people in the public would start asking what he's doing, and he'd stop and chat to them, or he'd walk and chat with them, or other athletes who were going slower, who didn't have this big goal, would walk and chat with him, and he'd slow down.
Yeah.
And I, once again, I disallowed that. I was only helping him achieve his goals,
Yeah.
right? So before people get, "Oh God, Isabel's a bitch." No, these are the goals he told us, and our job was there,
It was to
make him achieve
yeah,
his
do
goals,
everything we could
to help
to
him
help him.
achieve his goal.
Yeah.
And it's easy when you're tired to get off track, to go, "Oh, good, I can walk slower. Oh, good, I can stop and talk to this person." No, I saw him talking, and I'm like, "Stop it! Stop chatting!" Yelling it down the course, and be like, "Oh."
To the point where, like, he was saying that if like someone chatted to him, he was like, "Oh my God, I hope Isabel doesn't see this. I'm going to keep going. Sorry, I can't stop a chat."
My coach will say me. Oh, but the thing is, he achieved his goals,
Yeah.
right? And if we hadn't been there enforcing all these hard ass rules, he may not have,
Yeah.
because it got really hard at some points for him, like
Yeah.
really hard. He got into some real mental lows, and I came along with him. We're not allowed paces, but through the area where crews are allowed, I sort of would walk along with him and give him a pep talk and really get him going again. And that really helped, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like after I did
Yeah.
that pep talk, he sped up so much.
Yeah.
And before that, he'd been really down in the dumps and feeling like, oh, he's not going to achieve his goals. And that was a real turnaround moment, because if
Mm.
he'd continued the way he was going, he would not have achieved his
Yeah,
goal.
that's right.
Right. So I gave him a good rev up twice, the first time he came around and then the second time. And then he was good to go. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, so we quickly fell into the routine of good cop, bad cop.
yes. I was bad cop, in case anyone's wondering.
And I was good cop. I was
Yeah.
I was the one pandering to him and
Yes. I know.
doing everything for him, and you were the one like down the line and get this done and don't do that and
Do this, do that, don't do this. But when you're really exhausted, you need someone to tell you.
yeah,
You don't want someone going, "Oh, what do you want to do? What do you think?" They don't need that when they're tired, because I know what it's like. When you're tired, you just want someone to make the executive decisions and to tell you what the hell to do.
yeah,
I don't want someone saying to me, "Oh, what do you think? What's this? What that?" I just want someone going, "Do this, do that."
yeah,
And so I figured he would be no different, and he
yeah.
wasn't, because
No, that's what he needed.
that's what he needed. That's what you need when you're tired.
Yeah.
Um,
He was well past the
decision
point of
making.
making decisions.
Yeah.
That's right. He was he did not need that extra,
Nah,
you know,
mental load.
no,
No. And that's what we're there for, is to lighten the mental load so that he can focus on running, which makes it easier to run, because that
yeah,
mental load is tiring.
yeah,
And that's part of the reason, because he did try this race last year and he DNF'd, was because he had no crew. And when you've got no crew and you've got to make all the decisions on your own, it's too much.
yeah,
So, and that's when the decision come to DNF becomes easy.
yeah, yeah.
So no, I was like cracking that whip, cracking it every
Yeah,
day, every night,
yeah.
getting him going. And then, yeah, soft touch, Ronald come along.
And ruin everything.
No, you didn't. You were actually really good. I was just the hard ass.
Yeah,
You were good at giving him what he needed food wise and drink wise, but yeah.
yeah,
But also, I'm his coach. I know him better than you.
yeah,
You
that's right.
don't.
This was actually the first, well, other than a quick, video chat that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had
but the first
a
time you've
week
met him
ago, it
in
was the first time
person,
I've met him.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So, I know him, you don't, and
yeah,
and I have that relationship with him where
yeah,
I know him well enough that I can just bloody tell him.
yeah.
And if I didn't before, I do now.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, we were really hands-on. Like at one point, his glutes were cramping, so we had him on the massage table. You were
I
back at
was,
the
I
hotel.
think, in bed by
Yeah,
that
you're in
stage.
bed.
Yeah,
Me and Molly, the massage lady, she was massaging his calves, and I was there with my elbows in his glutes, and that really, helped with his glutes,
yeah.
and she helped heaps with his calves, because after that he didn't have the locked up calf issue, and I didn't hear him complaining about the glute issue either.
No,
So,
no.
I was trying with the Theragun, that wasn't good enough. So I just got him with the elbow and really put my
Mm.
full body weight, and it got it, because he was like, yep, that got it.
It was actually truly amazing, like seeing what the other runners were going through.
Yeah.
As far as body wise, he actually got through it quite unscathed.
Yeah,
He
like his
had
feet were
he
great,
had two small, like a blister on each little toe,
which I dealt
which
with.
we fixed early,
Yeah, I
and
bandaged up and I put some which I had told him to buy some, far out, I forgot what they call,
yeah,
Enya, Enyo,
yeah,
Engo patches on the shoe, and that actually worked really well
yeah,
on the little blister on his little toe, and
mm,
and yeah, and I just patched up his toes, and he was fine
yeah,
after that. And other people were having, yeah, terrible problems with their
yeah.
feet. I did patch up Shelley's feet as well, but and she had no problem with that after
No,
too.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I worked on his feet, but it was only the once, and
Yeah.
and it was only
And
his
that was reasonably early. That
yeah,
was on
like
like the
when
second day or
yeah,
something.
and when he took his shoes off at the end, they looked great,
Yeah. Yeah.
for runner feet.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
It's a relative.
And there's some feet, because he wears size 15
I
shoes.
know they were
Yeah.
boats he wears. They're not shoes, they're
Oh my
boats.
God, like
Uh,
seriously, they were like flippers. So anyway, yeah, and yeah, so he's got very specific nutritional needs, like
yep.
he's celiac and all that, so we had to be on 100% on top of that.
That was a job in itself,
That was a
making
huge
sure that
job.
we weren't giving him the wrong
And that they weren't just
information.
treating him as gluten-free,
Yeah.
which is one thing when it's a nutritional choice, but that he was actually celiac, like he
Yeah.
cannot have anything that's touched it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite once again, I had to be quite bossy with the cook people too. The cook, I don't think they liked me, but I don't care. I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to get the job done. So yeah, so they didn't like me, but that's
I
okay.
think, yeah, we were quite the thorn in their side
Yeah.
towards the end.
That's all right. Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
care.
mean, for the first week or so, for the
It felt like a couple of
first
weeks.
couple of days, we'd just go into the kitchen and
Yeah,
sort ourselves out,
that's
and
before the
but then
lady came.
the cooks changed, and
Yeah,
they got quite
stroppy.
stroppy and adamant that we weren't allowed in the kitchen. So in the end,
Which yeah.
we just had to keep asking them to do. It was their choice basically.
Yeah, that's right.
If they weren't going to let us in the kitchen, they were going to have to keep doing all this stuff
Yeah,
for
and
us.
I was going to have to be, and I had to be militant.
Yeah,
I was militant about it, because I didn't want his race to unravel, because he ends up in hospital because
yeah,
his food's been contaminated. So
yeah.
anyway, I mean, I don't know if it would lead to that.
I think it's more that he would get
Quite
ill.
ill.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know, but you never
yeah,
know with celiac. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, so I was militant about that. and militant about him getting sleeps, and even, when it was bedtime for him, like he would, do some, I'll do this and I'll do that. And was like, right, that's it. I got everything ready. Told him, like, he liked to have a protein shake. I said, you're not even like, because I would leave and let him do his nighttime stuff on his own, and I would
Mm.
go to bed, just before he went to bed. And I said, just leave the shake. Don't wash it. Leave the container. I will wash it, or Ron will.
Yeah.
Whatever. Someone will wash it. Just leave everything. And I'd get all his night stuff ready and put it near the bathroom so he was ready to go. Like he wouldn't have to go back to the tent and then back here and back there. And because every extra step,
Yeah.
and every time he wanted to do something, I'd say, no, I will do it. I will take the extra steps, not you.
Yeah.
Even with my busted up ankle, I will do it. So that was,
Yeah.
the goal was to get him to take no extra steps.
Yeah.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
And
So yeah.
yeah, he found it, I think he found it a little frustrating sometimes.
Even though that to the point where when he because he wanted his watch to sync with his phone, so he was actually asking permission to can I have my phone so that or I'm not going to go on it. I just want it close to my watch so it'll sync the information.
But he
So
said that to you, and then I'm
yeah,
like, what are you doing? And you're
yeah.
like, he's just singing. Oh, okay.
So it was like a little schoolboy.
Well, because I used to be a teacher.
Excuse me, miss, can I look at my phone? No, no, you can't.
But the thing is, the phone is distracting, and you know what it's
Yeah,
like. Before you know it, you've been scrolling for 20 minutes,
yeah,
and we did not have that kind of time.
yeah,
And there was no need for him to be scrolling. What does he need to know?
yeah,
Fuck, what do you want to know? Like,
yeah,
seriously, the world's in the shit show at the moment. Who even wants to know? I mean, what a perfect opportunity to know nothing about
yeah.
the shit that's
To
going on,
to zone out from
to
the troubles.
zone out from the troubles of the world and only have one focus, relentless forward progress. Like,
Yeah,
seriously, that's like a gift from the heavens
yeah,
I gave him.
yes,
I was actually being the good cop.
yeah. That's right.
See, you were being the bad cop, going, "Oh, let him have his phone." So, yeah. So anyway,
So
um,
yeah, so as you know, our personal week panned out. We were in Christchurch for a full week
and saw nothing.
and saw absolutely nothing of it. We saw the where we were staying
And the walk to and from.
was about 400 meters from the edge of the park, and then about a 600-meter walk through the park to get to
Yeah.
the hub, and that was all we saw all week.
And Ron would get up at what time would you normally
Oh,
get up? Three, two,
no, yeah, it was
two, and he'd
yeah,
be at the track by three. Then I would get up at 6 and I'd be there close to 8 because I was doing red light therapy on my ankle. So that's why I got up
yeah,
at 6 and took 2 hours because I was doing red light therapy on my ankle. And I would have my shower in the morning,
mm,
whereas Ron would have his shower when he got back.
yeah,
So then Ron would leave at about 6:30 p.m. And I would stay on till about half an hour, 45 minutes before Greg went to bed.
yeah.
So, and then I would walk home at night to the room, and then you would get up in the
Yeah,
morning and
my
walk.
alarm would
Yeah,
go off
yeah,
about
2 o'clock.
4 hours later, and
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
be
But
up
you
and
would have
going.
been in bed. Ron would have
Yeah,
been getting to bed at like 7:30 p.m.
yeah,
I was getting to bed some nights 11, because then of course I'd do the red light therapy when I got back as well on my ankle. So yeah, so I would get to bed around 11-ish, 11:30, depending, and get up at 6-ish after
yeah,
being woken at 2 as well. But
yeah.
anyway,
So we were like ships passing in the
yeah,
night.
yeah, it was really hard work, but rewarding,
Yeah,
and I'm glad we did it, but
yeah,
it was tough. And like one of the guys, Kyle, the husband of Shelley, like he was crewing her by himself. And like she would sleep in the tent. Admittedly, she was doing a lot more sleeping than Greg
yeah,
was.
yeah.
And they would sleep in the tent together. They both had a cot in the tent, which Kyle did say did get rather uncomfortable. And he ended up sleeping under the pool table.
Yeah. One morning I walked in at 2:30 in the morning, and there he was
Under the pool table.
asleep under the pool table, and
It
I
was the
got
darkest spot because the lights were always on in the room.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, and because Shelley would get cramped up body trying to
yeah.
get in and out of the tent. Mind you, me getting in and out of Greg's tent, my hair got caught in the zipper at one point, and I was kind of stuck there for a while in the dark swearing, but I just had to rip my hair out. That was fun. Because yeah, they were quite hard to get in and out of, and I hadn't been doing all those
I
kind of,
know, yeah.
but I was particularly paranoid because of my ankle and trying to get in and out. I was trying not to trip over shit, and it was like I was
Mm.
really scared. So that's probably why I got my hair stuck because I
Yeah.
was focusing on my ankle.
It must have been hard for Greg,
Oh God,
being,
because he's so tall.
6'4", and, so fatigued and,
I mean, I
being
found
able
it
to
hard getting in and
get in
out.
there and get into bed. It must have
Yeah,
been very hard.
very hard. So the first, 4 nights he slept okay, but the last couple of nights he reckons he didn't
Yeah.
really sleep much.
Yeah.
But, he was probably getting more sleep just during the
That's
day
right.
when he lay on the floor, just
Yeah.
passing out
Because, yeah, we'd lay him down every couple of hours.
for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We sort of extended them because he wasn't getting the full night's
Yeah.
sleep.
But he would be
Oh,
dead to the
God.
world.
Dead. And there'd be shit going on all around him. We just put something over his eyes,
Yeah.
but there'd be people talking, whatever.
Yeah. And he was gone.
Gone. Yeah. It was just amazing to see someone fall asleep like that.
But also the thing that amazed me, watching him, get up off the floor,
Oh
which
my
was,
God.
I
I
felt him
can't do
stop.
it. And I haven't run.
Yeah, and it'd take him a good 5 minutes to get up and get to his feet, and then he'd kind of struggle to the door,
Yeah.
walk out the door, and then start running.
Yeah. It
You
was
know,
like crazy.
yeah, I
Crazy.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah, his willpower to just keep going
yeah.
was really good.
And his ability to keep eating, like he was
Oh,
eating so
he
well.
was.
It wasn't like you having to cream me where I'm like, no, I don't
Yeah,
want that, and I
don't want
don't
that.
want
No.
that.
Every pretty much towards the end, he was struggling, like on the last day.
But that's also because he
But
had ulcers on his
yeah,
mouth and
but
that.
everything we gave him, he ate,
And he was doing
and it
so
ate
well.
regularly.
Regularly.
He stuck with his because he had a sports drink, carbohydrate drink, which
Yeah.
he managed to stick with for the first
3 days.
3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then it started to peter off.
Which is fair because it's this
Um,
sweet, syrupy
yeah,
stuff you're drinking. And it's like, ugh. I
yeah,
was like, when I first, I was like, I don't know how he's going to keep going with that.
yeah,
Like, I would be jack of that after a day. But he did 3 to 4 days, probably
yeah,
four even.
yeah,
And then he sort of went on to soft drink and then he
yeah. And
went
then
on to
he
whatever.
was eating bananas. He
Yeah. And
had
he was eating proper food right up
yeah,
until the last day. Like,
yeah,
I was so impressed, and I kept telling him that I'm so impressed with how you're eating. Like, I
mm,
just thought it was amazing, like
yeah,
truly amazing. I wish I could be that disciplined.
mm.
I'm always banging on about how we should be, and speaking of, at Buffalo, my nutrition was going so damn well.
That's
I
what
was
I meant to
so
say
happy.
before when we were talking about,
Yeah, I'm
you're
so
up
happy.
to doing your ankle. I know you weren't particularly happy and or in the right mindset,
But I was
but
doing well.
your race was actually going
Yeah,
well.
it was going really well.
Yeah, you're
I had
moving
been
well.
running downhill going, oh, my knees don't hurt. I remember thinking, oh, this is so awesome. I can run fast downhill and my knees don't hurt. I was passing people. I was so happy.
Yeah, so
And the food was going, I was getting in like 60 to 90 grams of carbs an hour, easy. I had I just wasn't in the right headspace and it
mm,
came
yeah,
back and bit me on the ass.
yeah. So unfortunately, it wasn't your body that gave you
No.
trouble, other than the fact that you rolled your
Yeah,
ankle.
yeah, yeah. But
But
that was because of my
yeah,
mind.
but it was your mind that let you down.
Yeah, it was my mind because I was so stressed about New
Yeah.
Zealand. Like I shouldn't have raced
Mm,
essentially, but we'd booked the race before I offered to cruise. So
yeah.
anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Um we'll get into more about the consequences of all of this. So anyway, so then we got him through the
Yeah,
race.
he did really
And
well.
and they were having a little bit of timing issues because of where they had to put the timing mat based on the park where they'd allow it and all this
Yeah.
stuff. So because we weren't 100% sure what his numbers would be, we were like, we don't want you just getting over the record and then stopping. I said minimum 10K over,
Yeah.
which he did. And then he did a few extra sort of,
Yeah,
just for a bit of
it was
fun.
funny because he
Fun.
he got to 10Ks over and he said, "That's it. I've had enough. I've no reason to keep going. I'm stopping." So we went into the
Hub.
hub, sat down, had something to eat. Tried to. I think
So
he
we
tried
went
to
home to
sleep.
have a nap.
So we went home to have a nap. So because we were both buggered,
Yeah.
thinking his race was over, and then we got up, went back to the hub, and he was back out there again.
Yeah.
He
Just
apparently,
walking
yeah,
easily
apparently,
and chatting with people, and I
yeah,
let him.
apparently he got a bit of FOMO with the
Yeah.
people still out there, so he decided to go back out and
Yeah.
do a couple more laps
Yeah.
with people and actually kind of enjoy it.
Yeah. So, and then we did his last lap with him and waited with him because you have to wait for them to come around with the measuring wheel
Yep.
and measure it accurately. Um, So yeah, it was awesome. And
Mm.
previously I'd been like, no way would I ever do that kind of race. It looks terrible. But and to be fair, I mean, it doesn't look like a lot of fun doing 2 kilometer loops, but the community,
Yeah,
the people racing, seeing Greg Wilson smash Cliff Young's record, for 70s,
yeah,
people in their 70s,
yeah.
and all the other people like Shelley and Kyle. Kyle was freaking
It
hilarious.
was. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Shelley was lovely. Like was coming one morning and I saw her standing there at pole. And I'm like, "Oh, are you all right? Is everything right?" She goes, "Yeah, no, I'm just bludging when no one can see me." Like it was quite funny. She's like, "Don't tell anyone." I'm like, "I won't."
Too late now.
Yeah, it's all right. The race is over.
Yeah.
And just so many lovely people. Like
Mm.
really, and we met so many people, and everyone was lovely, and it was just like I would do it just for the people
Yeah.
and the sense of camaraderie because you do trail running and you're out there on your own and you're kind of out there on your own for hours. And occasionally you'll see the same one or two people, if
Yeah.
you're back and forth a little bit. Often I've been in races where I've literally seen nobody. Um, but this one, you're seeing someone every 2Ks, they're encouraging each other. Like Greg was getting a bit of a back lean. And so I told one of the guys who was also doing the race, I said to him, look, if you're out there on the course and you see him leaning back, say, can you tell him to lean forward? Can you remind him? He's like, yeah, no, that's fine.
Mm.
So they're out there helping each other. And it was just awesome,
Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
It was, because we were at the tent where all the aid was, when the other runners came in,
Mm.
you'd have a quick chat. If they needed something, help them out.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
we got Ben onto the
yep,
podcast,
yep.
didn't we? Shout out to Ben.
Ben Fraser, shout out. Yeah, he was giving us some suggestions on what our podcast should be.
Yes, yes. So we'll have to do that one maybe
Yeah,
next time for
yeah,
part of our catch up. We'll do what he
yeah,
suggested.
yep,
So anyway, yeah, so it's like, everyone was, and Sharon from Cornwall,
yep.
and just so many people.
Mm,
It was just everyone was so lovely and so supportive of each other and just yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I don't know if I'd enjoy the style of racing, but I'd enjoy the people,
yeah,
which I don't know. I just don't know if I could enjoy it for 6 days
yeah.
around a 2 kilometer. I don't know, but it was great. And Karen and what was sorry, the other lady, Natalie? No,
No, my phone's
no.
not here. Yeah, no.
So another lady. Oh, you're how?
Because she sent me a message with the link to the timing, so
Oh,
I could have looked
okay,
there, but
okay.
but yes, my phone. Oh, it's down there behind me.
Go look. So I'd hate to say it and not say her name. Um, Karen, and Faye's her mum, they organised the race, did an awesome job, lovely people. It was really, really just such a great
Yeah,
unit. Fiona,
yeah,
I was close with Natalie.
yeah.
Fiona, that's right. She was
Yeah.
lovely too. Yeah, and Fiona was helping. Um, and everyone was so just really
Yeah,
awesome, just awesome,
yeah,
awesome, awesome. And it's the kind of race like, you had Greg 72. Oh, Nori, the
oh,
Japanese guy,
yeah.
78.
78 years old. He looked
Me.
he looked dazed and confused on the first day, and
He
it didn't
did.
change the whole time.
I don't want to say he got better, but he would come in going, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. But he
Yeah,
was still trotting away. Like, I mean, 78.
yeah.
Holy moly, what a champ. And Greg Wilson looks so
He
good.
did. Like,
Oh
just
my
amazing.
God. I'm like, I wish I could look that good running.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. And then there
he-
was the German lady,
oh, Andrea,
Andrea, that's right.
not Andreas.
Yeah,
You
I
kept calling her for some fucking
I've
reason.
had that stuck in my head. I couldn't get it out.
Andrea Mayer or
And
something.
yeah,
Oh my God, this German lady. And, shout out to the Germans for being so freaking organized because she was so organized.
she wasn't crude.
Yeah, she was on her own.
But yeah, she like her area on the table where she kept all her stuff looked super organized.
Super organized, immaculate. Ours looked like a shit show.
Yeah.
Because we just shit everywhere. And it kept spilling over onto her sheet.
No.
I felt so bad about that. Because she'd come in and be like, She'd have to, first of all, dodge us. And she always looked so good and always smiling, even when she was struggling.
Yeah, you couldn't tell that she was struggling. She would say that she was struggling, but it
But you,
didn't look like it
wow,
was.
she looked awesome.
Yeah.
And then she sort of on the fourth and a half day, she was like she was struggling. But then they said because what she was going for was the German record for her age group for women was 727, but the women's open record was 780. I hope she did go over it.
Well, she did on the day, but hopefully
Enough.
enough.
Yes. So anyway, yeah, based on the
Yeah.
timing deficiencies that were, or not deficiency, whatever it is,
Difficulties.
difficulties. That was the
Yeah.
word, not deficiencies, difficulties that I was looking for.
Yeah.
We hope she did enough.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I kind of figured it might end up being about 8, which
Yeah.
is why I told him to do 10. Um, just my spidey senses.
Mm.
But yeah, she ended up going, oh, I can easily make the 727. And then she went, screw it, I'm going for 780. On the last day, she's running.
Yeah.
And she looked great. And
Yeah.
she'd, after about the second day, she'd had a knee brace on. And then by about the third day, the other
The other
knee had a brace. I mean, not a full brace, just one of the patella ones
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah.
Whereas Shelley went the full knee braces,
Yes.
both of them. But she's my age, so that explains it. Whereas Andrea's like 40-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young 40s, I think she
Yeah.
was.
Young
Yeah.
40s, early 40s, I think
Yeah.
they call
Sorry.
it.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, but she was running and she was looking great and she was so inspirational.
Yeah.
She won it overall.
Yeah. She did.
Greg was second. So
And it was funny because on the fifth day, um, she and Greg were on
yeah, equal
equal.
basically.
They were like 100 meters from one another.
Yeah, on the yeah.
After having done like 650 kilometers, they were
Yeah,
about 100
yeah.
meters apart, and they were a full 100 kilometers in front of everyone
Yes,
else.
that's right.
So it was
And
really
then she
amazing
got
that,
like her 20th win.
and Greg had a really tough day,
Yeah,
or a tough afternoon it was.
yeah.
Um, so he kind of slowed down, and she just kept on motoring
Motoring.
on.
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
she did so well.
yeah,
She was amazing and so lovely. And, I mean, she spoke English, but not heaps.
yeah.
Um, I wasn't even going to try my German on her because she was probably too fatigued to understand my butchering of her language. Actually, I can actually speak German fairly okay, but not well enough that
Yeah,
I would want to, I mean, I
yeah,
can talk it with my family because I'm not,
yeah,
don't feel under pressure. But yeah,
yeah,
anyway, so yes, so yeah, she
yeah,
was she was lovely and she did so well and it was so inspirational to see,
yeah.
wasn't it?
It was
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, especially because she had no crew.
Yeah.
Like far out, like to do that with no crew. I mean,
Hmm.
that and Greg Wilson had no crew either,
No, that's right. Yeah.
so just amazing,
Hmm.
amazing, amazing from both of them. I mean, Greg was amazing too, obviously, but we're talking about some other people at a minute.
Yeah.
And Greg was inspiring. Like his PB was 600 or something around that. I can't remember exact numbers right now. So he smashed his
Yeah.
PB, broke 2 age group records, Australian age group records. So, I
And
mean,
like I say, he and Andrea were well over 100 kilometers
yeah,
in front of
yeah, that's right.
the next
So
people.
miles ahead.
Yeah,
So yeah, so it was a very, very successful
it was.
week.
And inspiring.
Yeah, very inspiring, which made me want to run.
Yeah.
But no.
Isabel even, bought, we'll move on to Isabel's ankle and the progress shortly, but she bought her runners because she was insistent that she was going to run for 10, around, was it 10 minutes?
Well, no, originally I was bringing running shoes because I was going to do a recovery run after all
Yeah.
that racing.
Yeah.
Then I brought them because, oh, maybe I'll be able to run by the end of the week. Then I asked ChatGPT, as you do, when I could run, and it said, this is the test to do. So I did the test and I managed it just fine,
Yeah,
didn't
you
I?
did, yep.
And then it said, run for 10 minutes. But then I just decided,
Yeah.
no, chatters, not doing it.
No.
And also I just couldn't be fucked. Not even for 10. It was like putting on my running shoes for 10 minutes and running and like, oh. So I didn't even bother. Waited till I got home on the Tuesday. Are we ready to talk about it now?
Yeah, I
Was there
just thought
more?
we'd quickly, because we hadn't really seen anything of
Oh, yeah,
Christchurch,
yeah,
we decided we'd go out for dinner on the Sunday night after the race was done.
yeah.
And because we didn't really know where anything was in Christchurch because we hadn't been out, we just went for a wander to this, which I guess is
Terrace,
the terrace, which
which
is
is
the
like their South Bank.
yeah, it's South
If you're
Bank
in
if you're in
Melbourne,
Melbourne,
if you're in Sydney, it's like, I
somewhere.
don't know, somewhere.
Yeah,
And if you're in Adelaide, it's like somewhere else.
yeah. Um, so we went out and there was some really nice restaurants,
Yeah.
there that we were like,
To
oh,
be fair, it was Easter Sunday, so
yeah.
not everything was open. It wasn't pumping like you think it might normally
No, there
be.
was quite a few people around, but it wasn't super busy.
No.
But what we found was a place called
Fat Eddie's or
Fat Eddie's, I think. Yeah,
it had New Orleans based food, and I looked at it and went, oh, that looks good
yeah.
because and it reminded me a bit of when I went to New Orleans. It wasn't quite as good,
No,
but it was a bit more deep fried,
but
but it was
yeah,
still yummy.
yeah, it was yummy. We had a couple of drinks. We had a really good feed. Made
Yeah.
ourselves really sick from eating too much.
Well, I think that was you.
Okay, I made myself really sick from eating too much.
I mean, I did eat too much, but I didn't get to the point of, because basically we ordered the chicken wings, not knowing it would be that,
Yeah.
like they weren't wings, they looked like a whole chook. And we ordered 12 of them because I thought it'd be just 12 little ones like I
Yeah.
used to get in Canada.
Yeah.
They were quite small, but they were chicken wings. These were fucking turkey wings, I swear to God.
Yeah, they were pretty
And then we'd also got some,
squid.
yeah,
Yeah,
squid.
squid.
And then we got a pizza.
Yeah,
Meat lovers, which was the sloppiest pizza I've
it
ever
was.
had. You needed a spoon to eat it.
And then the guy had the temerity to suggest that they had takeaway boxes.
When he brought the pizza out, he goes, "Oh, we've got takeaway boxes if you need one at the end." And Ron took that
I
as a
was like
challenge.
almost offended.
Yeah, Ron, you were almost, you were. And I was like, "Oh, that's good." When he left, I said, "Oh, that's good. They've got takeaway boxes." And Ron's like, "What? I don't need them." I'm like, "All right,
So yes, that was the
dig
challenge.
your grave
And
then."
and I have to say there were other age group records broken on that
They were-
night.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah, so
you're trying to compete with beer that meats
yeah,
food or
that's
whatever.
right. Yeah.
Seriously, seriously.
And then after that, we went, we got a cocktail and we went and sat out on the balcony and no, it
Yeah.
was nice and got approached by a very drunk woman for some
Oh
reason.
my
Very
God.
randomly.
She just came up and plonked her bag down on our table and we looked and she's like, "What? Don't you like people coming into?" And we're like, "What the fuck?" She was really aggressive. And she's like, "Fine." And she waltzed off and found three guys. I'm like, "Well, that's probably more appropriate rather than a
Yeah,
couple."
but I mean, the fact was that we were at one table and there was like five empty tables all around us, but she
Yeah.
flunked it on ours.
And then she got shitty because we didn't go, "Welcome." We looked at her. We didn't say anything. We just looked at her as if, huh? Because she plonked it down so hard. I didn't know what
Yeah,
the fuck was going on.
yeah,
And anyway, then she went off to
off to the
those
garden.
guys
And
and
she,
started vaping and
the
shit.
reception was much better at that table.
They're like, "Oh, drunk woman." Yes. So they got better reception. She got better reception over there. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so we had a nice night and got
Mm,
back and we were asleep by
I don't know,
I
8
don't know,
o'clock.
8 o'clock because we had a 3 o'clock alarm to get up to go and catch a plane.
Yeah. And that was
So
joyous.
yeah,
So then we, got home, went, and then we had to,
unpack and
unpack. Actually, it wasn't that bad unpacking.
no, it never is. It's something you
I was
dread.
stressing
Yeah,
about it. And
yeah,
once again, I didn't need to stress as much about New Zealand. I didn't need to wreck my race by stressing, anyway.
mm,
And then I didn't, and unpacking but you've got to remember, I've got PTSD about
yeah,
unpacking from my previous marriage. My ex used to say that if he did the driving, then I had to do all the unpacking from the family holidays. So I used to have to do all of it from a family of four, nobody to help me. And I'd be fucked too, because of course, while we were away, I would do all the childcare, or he drove. So that's all that mattered. Um, whatever. Anyway, so my PTSD is having to do it all on my own. But it's so easy when you've got someone else helping you. It goes so quick and it's
yeah,
so easy. And it's always a revelation to me how fucking easy it is and how much it's not a problem. And I'm always stunned because it
yeah,
used to be such a big deal. And now it's like nothing.
yeah.
Like nothing. You
Mm,
make it easy.
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
right?
no worries. I'd try to please.
Yeah, no, well, you make it really easy. I mean, at one point when I was really, because I get a little bit stressed every time we do this. I get stressed about the unpacking, don't
Yeah,
I?
you
And,
do.
and Ron was like, "Isabel, just go and sit down and I'll do it all." And then I crack the shits. Don't you be a martyr. I'm not saying I'm not going to help because of course I don't want to be that asshole either. So I just get really stressed and it always ends up being okay. So
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you.
Huh.
Anyway, so my ankle, my
Yes.
cankle, my cankle.
Yes. So what did you do when we got back?
Well, it wasn't hurting. Like it doesn't hurt. Still doesn't really.
Yeah.
And I went for a 4K run. Unfortunately, these shoes that I've got for running in, it sits much higher, so it was really rubbing on the foot. And
Mm.
also, it just seemed to the front part of it. Like, who knew doing a lateral roll, you could stretch the front,
Mm.
muscle and tendon and everything up the front. But I suppose that makes sense because it was down the stair too. So anyway, and then I get flashbacks to what that foot looked like. um, it would sort of would fatigue up my shin. Anyway, so I did 4K, which was fine. And then, and it didn't hurt anymore after. The stupid thing that we did was then we went to the gym that night, which is
Mm.
not stupid, except then I did about 45 calf raises
Yes.
with weights
Yes.
because I'm a fucking idiot.
After pretty much every leg exercise, then you did
Yeah, because
calf
I'm
raises.
strengthening my calf with weights like a moron because it felt fine and it still felt fine. And then the next morning I went for a 6K run and it felt meh. And it's not that it hurt. Well, it did hurt a bit at the start, but it got better. I think because my pain-killing hormones got delivered.
Mm.
But everything felt meh. And then that evening when you got home from work and you said, let me have a look, and
Yeah.
you're like, Isabel, your foot's gotten puffy again. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh. And it was sort of a bit achy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Um,
So the swelling had pretty much gone down, if not completely, mostly.
Not, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
a lot, but
Yeah.
not like definitely not fully.
Yeah.
But you could sort of see the bones on top of my foot. Now you couldn't see them again.
Yeah.
Um, and then the next morning it still
And
wasn't.
just,
Yeah.
oh no, that was the Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was Wednesday, and I said I'll have a rest day. I'd
Yeah.
already planned. I'd always planned to have Thursday as a rest day. I was going to run 8K on Friday.
Yeah.
Instead, I went to the physio, like the clever girl that I am. First of all, my treadmill, my Nordic track treadmill, got delivered, and then luckily I've got Nikki as a friend. She works at a physio. She quickly got me an appointment at 3 o'clock.
It's fun. We were talking, discussing, whether you should actually go
You
and
were
see your
telling me
physio.
which is Ron never does. He told me to go to see
I
a
said, I
physio.
think, yeah, you
I'm
really,
like, no.
really need to. And just like 5 minutes after we'd had the conversation, Nikki messaged
Yeah, it
to
was
say
weird.
if you
You
want an
need an
appointment.
appointment. And I'm like, no, no. And I wouldn't message her back. I didn't message until the morning. I went, oh, it's pretty good. It'll be all right. Just need to not do too much. And then about 2 hours later, I went, you fucking moron. Is well, just go to the physio, get it checked out so you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was like, he watched me hopping, lateral jumping, back and forth jumping, hopping on one leg, calf raises. He's like, oh, I think we'll be good. I don't think we'll need scans, blah, blah, blah. And this is the thing, it was fine. And then And then he, pushed and prodded and he touched the part of my bone where you touched it the other
Yeah.
day and I screamed and he touched it, but I didn't scream because, I was too embarrassed. But I think I flew up in the air and he was like, oh, I think we need to get you a scan. And I'm like, no, no, there's nothing wrong with me. So, yes.
Yes.
And of course, he wants an ultrasound as well, just to check all the ligaments to make sure I haven't torn anything.
Because the pain that you're feeling to the touch is where the ligaments join the bone.
The tendon joins the bone.
Tendon
Yeah, which
joins
he
the
thinks
bone.
there's an avulsion fracture,
Yeah.
which means the tendon may have pulled on the ankle bone a little bit of the bone off. And he thinks that is correct, then it's not like a full-on fracture or anything, and it's not in sometimes with those lateral spine strains, you can get an avulsion fracture on one of your metatarsals, which would be worse. But because it is such a small bone, but because it's anyway, he says you'll still be running in a couple of weeks. It'll just it will increase the timeline by about a week, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he wants to check all the ligaments too, just in case I've torn some ligaments because of the amount of swelling, including it's still swollen on the other side of my ankle and it's sore to the touch. And like the peroneal tendon is quite sore. So it must have really put on that and that's sore up my leg and the shin bit that's sore there. So he just wants to get it all checked. And because I need an x-ray and an ultrasound, I could have got an x-ray today, but because of the ultrasound, I can't get it done till Tuesday. And I thought I might as well just wait and get them both done. But yes. So no running at all. I feel like I could run.
So Isabel is like a cat on a hot tin roof.
Oh,
she's prowling the place, all jumpy, and she
I'm
just
terrible.
wants to get going. But
I keep running like I run to the front door. It feels fine. Bloody physio. Should have gone to the physio.
It would have been fine if the physio hadn't told me it's not.
Yeah, I know, right? But
Mm.
that bone there is, oh my God, it's like when he touched that spot,
Yeah.
it was so painful. But then, he was moving my foot, twisting it and everything. So I reckon it's not bad because like that
Mm.
didn't hurt. He'd
Yeah.
go, does that hurt? I said, only when your thumb touches my ankle. But yeah,
Mm.
so we'll get that checked out. And then, so I'm on the bike, which I know I tell everyone to do, and I'm really,
Mm.
yeah, but it's like when you have to do it, it sucks.
Right. So Isabel joined the dark side and got herself a U-Butte treadmill that she's
Yes.
always telling people,
Food the
people,
treadmill.
get outside and run. You don't
Yeah,
need to
but
run on
this
the
has
treadmill.
got a
But
40%
yeah,
grade
this one is a special one.
so that I can do tour de géant training on it. I can climb for 4 hours on 40%.
Yeah.
I even bought tennis balls to put on my poles. I mean, I was doing videos of all of
Yeah.
this, and don't tell them the other surprise.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I was so looking forward to hopping on that treadmill this week, like but no.
No. She has to resist as hard
Hmm.
as that is. It's
Oh
time
well,
to
it's
resist.
still in pieces, so
Yeah. Well, we haven't put it together yet. It's still taking up our whole garage because it's
yeah, I got it
massive.
delivered yesterday, and it took up I had to take the car out, and it takes up the whole garage.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like, fuck.
so we're gonna try and sort it all out and fit it
Yeah.
all in tomorrow. That's our job for tomorrow.
Make the garage the pain cave.
Yes.
And yeah, so that's pretty exciting because then I'll be able to get in some because that was my biggest worry is not being able to practice these long, long climbs. So I'll
Yeah.
definitely be able to practice them, but eventually.
Yeah.
So I'm very sad and I don't want to have to cross train. I just want to train. Like
Yeah.
I know I tell people to do it and I did it today and I did a workout on the bike because he said I could push hard on the bike, just I'm not allowed to stand. But it's just I don't want to.
No.
I want to run, especially because I'm not feeling any pain.
Yeah, that's the hardest
It's the
part.
hardest part. It's like I feel fine. I feel like
Yeah.
I could go for a run and I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the ankle feels a bit stiff, but
It's
I rolled
more
the other ankle and that felt stiff and I ran and it was fine.
from what you've been saying, it's more that it feels fatigued when
Yeah,
you're
it's just,
running
yeah,
rather than sore,
yeah, it gets more
which
fatigued.
is probably because the muscles around it are doing a lot more
Yes,
work.
they're doing all the work, but
Yeah.
also it's sore when the shoe rubs on it
Yes.
because my road shoes are higher up than the ones I just walk around the house in. They're
Hmm.
higher up on the ankle, and so it's rubbing probably on that sore
Yeah.
bit. So
Yeah.
that kind of hurts.
Hmm.
But if I had lower shoes, it would be fine. It wouldn't
Yeah.
hurt at all, and I'd be fine. I wouldn't. Anyway, I'm doing the right thing. I spoke to
You
one of my
are.
athletes the other day before I'd gone to see the physio, and he goes, "Oh well, I know you, Isabel. You would have gone and got all the scans done." I'm like, "No."
Okay.
I said, I was like, "I've been in New Zealand. I didn't have a chance." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, fair enough." And I'm like, and also I just, yeah, but no, I've gone now. I've
Yeah.
gone now because I wanted, and which is what I always tell my athletes, just go to the physio, get it diagnosed 100%, then we can deal with it.
Mm.
Because once you know, then you can have a plan of attack. And that's what I decided. I needed to go because I was just making shit up. Like, I didn't know. Is it
Yeah.
bad? Is it not bad? If it's not bad, why is it still swollen?
And
Doesn't feel bad.
the worst part is now because she's Googled rolled ankles so
I
much
got
that her,
every on
that her
Instagram.
Instagram is full of people rolling their ankles.
I keep getting PTSD. I see the ankles. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna vomit again. Ooh.
Every time she opens it up, there's people rolling their ankle.
Yeah. So and have to show Ron because I know
Yeah.
how much he hates
Oh
it.
God, I hate it.
I hate it too, but it's like, oh. So I've ordered ankle braces for wearing at Tour de Géant, and yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just like I just want to train for Tour de Géant.
Yeah.
Like before that, it was like, I'll wait till Buffalo's over because, I've got to taper and do all this stuff. And then training for Tour de Géant can begin. And no, it still can't begin.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't even know when it can
Yeah.
because I don't get the bloody, like I was hoping to get the test today and because he said, oh, the results will be quite quick. I was hoping to have them by tonight. Not because I would do anything different, but just so I would know what the next
Yeah.
few weeks are going to look like. No, I don't even, like, I don't know. And I know it's only Tuesday. It's nothing. But we all know how hard it is to wait,
Yeah.
and it's like, I just want to know, like, I just want to know. So instead, I must use my God-given talent of patience.
Patience, yes, that's right. Which we all know you have in spades.
Absolute spades.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, we soldier on.
Yep.
So yes, so it's just been a catch-up
Yeah.
thing, but I hope it hasn't been just too self-centered, but sort of more a lesson in a variety of different things.
But also, if you do get the chance to do one of those,
Yeah.
because there was the 6 day, there was a 3 day, a 2 day, a 1 day, a 6 hour, a 12 hour, a 6 hour, and a 3 hour.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't have to do it for 6 days.
No, that's right. And
Um,
it was actually, yeah, it was really, really good.
yeah,
And I was just looking on socials before, and a post came up from New Zealand 6 Day, and that guy who was doing the 24-hour, the one that was running quite
yeah,
fast,
yeah.
he's M60.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And he got the record, M60 record
Mm,
for the 24-hour. He did 245 Ks or something.
jeez.
Fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, M60.
Yeah.
Holy moly, couldn't believe it. And this is what I mean. There's hope for us old
Mm,
farts out there.
yeah, that's right.
Can you imagine doing that at 60 plus years old? Jiminy cricket, he looked good for,
Mm.
well, he's older than us, so we're allowed to call him old.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Barely older. But yeah, like
Yeah.
it's so impressive, and it goes to show that yes, it's a good idea to keep going further and further the older you get. But also,
Yes, because it was genuinely an older crowd.
Yeah, and it is because when you're young, you should focus on speed. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but you just should. I don't think people in their 20s really should be doing milers. I think they should be perfecting the marathon and the 50K
yeah,
and maybe the 100K. But if they should be perfecting, they've got speed.
yeah,
You only have that speed for such a short amount of time.
yeah,
Like seriously, make the most of it
yeah,
because once it's gone, it
yeah.
is gone.
Work on improving those
Yeah.
distances.
Do the absolute best you can at those distances because yeah, once you start training and focusing on slow twitch, you fast twitch, and it's hard to impossible to get back.
Yeah,
So yeah, and it also goes to show that even if you're older, that does not mean you can't have massive goals still.
yeah,
Like you can and you should. Like I think it's so important, like not to like just to see like Greg and Nori out there in their 70s,
mm.
like that's
And
just so
and doing
impressive.
like Greg, like in his 70s, doing 630,
Whatever kilometers, I can't even remember,
40 kilometers.
or more. I
Yeah,
think
or
it might have
more.
been
Yeah,
650 even. I don't
yeah.
know.
I can't remember. Like,
No,
but that's phenomenal.
no.
That's phenomenal. Let alone the fact that he's in his 70s.
Yeah, like, and he did not look in his 70s, just saying.
No.
And I was going to show the book. I bought his
Oh,
book. Um,
it's out on the table.
yeah, it's out in
Yeah.
the kitchen. So look him up, Greg Wilson, Tales from an Ancient Marathoner or something
Yeah.
like that.
Mm.
He ran his first marathon at 17 and he's 72
Yeah.
and still going.
Yep.
Like it's just awesome.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so
Very,
buy
very
that
inspiring.
book. I don't know where you find it, but friend him on Facebook and find out,
Yeah.
or Insta or whatever. I'm sure he's on all of
You want
that.
experience, he's got
Oh,
experience. So
yes. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was a fantastic week. I mean, hard work,
tiring.
exhausting. I
And
mean,
that
I'm
was
sure
just
Greg
that was
felt a
just
little
for the
bit of
crew.
that.
That
Yeah.
forget about the running. That was
Yeah.
just as crew.
But it did inspire me to maybe do something like that, like I said, from the community aspect as opposed to, you know, like I'm looking forward to tour, not just for the run, but for the beautiful scenery and the
Yeah.
amazing, But to
Yeah.
be fair, when you're out there and you're in Struggle Street, you're not looking
You're
at the
not looking
fucking
at that's
scenery.
right.
Like seriously, that's the last thing you're probably looking at. You're like, it'll be fuck the views. That's
Yes,
what it'll
that's
be.
right. Yep. Yep. Which we really established when we were running around England
Yes, fuck the
and
views.
Scotland.
Yeah,
Yeah, we established look at the view. Oh,
fuck the
view.
view. So I'm sure there'll be a bit of that.
Yeah.
The Italians will be, oh, look at this beautiful view. And I'll be like, yeah, fuck the view. Oh, these Australians are so rude. That's right. I'm not really
Yeah.
Australian. I'm just
Yeah.
pretending. So yes. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
So
there we
that
go.
was our
That was
last
our
2
adventures
weeks.
last 2 weeks. It's been a bloody roller coaster ride, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
So I'm in a bit of a I'm in the dip of the roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the up, but I just don't know where it is yet.
The trouble is when you say looking forward to the up, that's exactly what you're going to be
Oh,
training.
yeah.
Up, up, up.
Up, up, up. Well, yes. And the thing is, I know this isn't even a big bad injury. It's only going to be like, if it's not an avulsion fracture, I'll be running by next week,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Not big distances, And if it is an avulsion fracture, it'll probably be the week after.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm being a sookie lala about, but I'm being a sookie
You
lala.
just want the training. The
Because
training is so, is what basically the kickoff to the race.
yes, it
And you
is.
just want it to start
I
now.
just want it to start because, like, I can't even, and that's why I was kind of hoping to know, because then I could spend this weekend planning my training. I can't even plan my training because I don't know when I can start it. So
Yeah.
how do I know when to plan like anything? So I feel like I'm like I can't do anything, and it's a big job planning the training, and I need to plan it, and I can't, and I feel at a real loose end, and it's
Mm.
pissing me off. So I suppose I should spend this time looking at the maps and focusing on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe having a lesson with my friend Arturus on how to use what is it called?
Caltopo.
Caltopo. I nearly said
Yeah.
Planoly, which is a social media scheduling app. How to use Caltopo properly, because he said he would hop on. He's in
Yeah.
London, so the times are a bit shit. But
Mm.
speaking of London, my daughter was having drinks with friends last night, and they kept sending me drunk messages.
That's right.
But yes, my poor daughter's had a rough time of it too.
Yeah.
Her phone got hacked. They took over her SIM card and they stole $16,000 out of her account, her life savings that she was going to be using this year to travel around Europe. And now she's got nothing.
Yeah.
And the bank has said they are not going to give her the money because she gave the hackers the code to get into her banking. And she's like, no, I didn't. They had my SIM. They got the code. And so she's having to apply again. Like she, did a police report, and she's gone through the phone company because the phone company, screwed up by somehow or other allowing that to happen.
Mm.
So the poor thing, she's been awfully upset. $16,000, like that's a lot of money for anybody.
Yeah.
And just devastating for me too, devastating for her. She was going to be starting the Camino Trail next month. She's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. And I said, well, fuck it, you're doing it. I will give her some money if needs be. I mean, not 16,000, don't get me wrong, but one or two grand so that she can at least do that, because I know she's been dreaming of that for years.
She's been prepping for it
From
so much over the last year or so.
Yeah. And she's been living on ramen noodles for like 2 years to save this money. And some assholes steal it from her.
Yeah.
And it just makes my blood boil. So
Yeah.
just really devastating. So I'm hoping, I mean, I just assumed she'd get the money back, but no. No, the bank has
bank's
been
being
pricks.
difficult. What did they say? Because they sent her a text, but she didn't reply to it.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought it was to do with the code, but
Yeah.
she didn't reply to the text because she couldn't, because
they'd frozen her phone, like taken control of
they'd taken
her
control
phone.
of her phone through her SIM card. So
Yeah.
that's what it was. I knew it
Yeah.
was something like that. Anyway, so it's like just devastating, and it's hard for me because I can't support her because she's on the other side of the world, and time difference is pretty shit. So
Yeah.
so anyway, that's been our life. It's just, well, my life feels like it's been a bit of a shit show lately. So but we keep moving on. Moving on, battling for relentless forward progress with life as well as running at the end of the day. And that's all you can do, because I don't know if anyone else has noticed it, but life, it never gets any easier. There's always a challenge, there's always a difficulty, and we have to find a way within ourselves to keep pushing through and, to stay strong. And not just ultras, but the ultra of life.
Yeah, that's
quite
right.
frankly, because sometimes it feels like the world's worst 200-miler. So anyway,
stay strong, people. Stay strong, Isabel.
Yes, that's right, and we will all get through it.
Yep.
Eventually. And yes, so if you follow me on Strava, you'll see it's all bikes and walks. So give me kudos.
Please.
For my 500-meter walk to the gym while I snivel and whine to myself.
In the rain? Did it rain this morning on the way?
No,
Oh.
no, it had finished raining, but I'm like, bloody stupid doing this shit again.
Oh.
Yes. So anyway, it is actually it's been a long time since I've had to cross train, like had to.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's right. It
been
has.
many years
Yeah,
before I met you.
yeah,
So really, it used to be like every second year or even every year that I'd have to take 3 months off because of some injury.
yeah. No, you've had
And this was not an overuse injury or anything. It was
yeah,
a, stupid
yeah.
injury.
You've had a pretty good run with
Yeah.
injury, touch wood, yeah.
Touch wood, but yeah.
So yeah,
And you said the other night, oh, it's just really bad timing. And I said, no, it's actually bloody good timing because imagine if it had been July or
yeah,
August or something.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's actually great timing. I just wish it hadn't happened.
yeah.
But maybe it was the universe's way of saying I needed a break.
That's
Who
right.
knows?
Time for a break so you can reset for the race.
Yes, I just wish I knew when I could start. I just want to know.
Yeah,
I just hate not, you know what I'm like. I
yeah,
hate not knowing.
yeah.
All righty. And on that note, we will catch you next week. I
Yep.
thought maybe we could talk about, that's Maria's suggestion of how to choose a coach,
Right, yes.
what you should look at when you're choosing a
Yep.
coach. And then the one after that, I was thinking we could talk about, oh, no, actually, I've changed my mind.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, we'll talk about how to choose a coach.
Yep.
Yep. Excellent. All righty.
All right.
Catch you then. Wrong one. See where the record button is.
Oh,
Yep,
yep.
that's the one. No, you just
It's all
you
moved.
just press the
Okay.
red button. Like
I'm not-
seriously, listen to us, would you? It's like fucking Dumb and Dumber here.
It's all changed.
So just hit the red button.
Okay.
That's all you have to do.
Rightio.
You gonna do that?
Yes.
Good.
Once
Okay.
I
See you
finish.
later. See you later, everybody. Well, we'll
Bye.
finish the domestic. Bye.
Bye.